Hi guys, how's everybody doing? Happy Tuesday. I don't know why it feels like Friday. Well, it felt like Friday in the office today. Is anybody else mad at August? I am so mad at August. Despite my workout style tank top, you'd never know that it's been 60 degrees here. Like, I was telling my friend this morning, I am boycotting the fall. Like, it's just not allowed to happen. How is it back to school already? How is it already 60 degrees? This is not fair. I'm over it. Like, I'm just refusing. I'm refusing the fall. I love you guys. I'm happy that you guys are hopping on. Okay, here we go. Hey, I'm actually awake for a live. Yay, Laura. Hey, Courtney. I can't see who else is hopping on, but you are amazing that I already have thumbs up. Hey, Angel. So what I plan to do this week, you guys, is I'm going to go live 3 times this week because we are running our Strong Prison Wives and Families Bucks for Love campaign, where all of our volunteers talk about why we donate to SPWF, why we donate our time to SPWF. We have our cup drive going on. I got my beautiful purple cup here. I've got my little SPWF baggie because I'm not going to visit anytime soon. So I just have all my girl stuff in there, foundation, a makeup brush. That's not foundation, that's face powder, a makeup brush, lip gloss, feminine products. This was, by the way, really quick, I do have content for this video. I have 3 questions that I got from you guys on Instagram that I'm going to answer. But while we're waiting for people to hop on, I talked about a palette that my sister-in-law got from TJ Maxx. She loved it, and that's what it looks like. That's the inside of it. Smells so good. It smells like peach. It's by Too Faced. It is called Peach Blur. So in case you guys are interested, but I'm just wasting time while I'm waiting for people to hop on. That's my little SPWF bag that I'm using to keep stuff organized on the bottom of this godforsaken Texas sized bag, living in New Jersey. So I see that the comments they always get stuck. I'm in Canada, so I feel you. Oh, Canada winters. I caught you live. Yay, Pam. I don't know why my comments get stuck. Hi from Kentucky. Hey, back from New Jersey. Hey, Stephanie. Hey, Stephanie. 2 Stephanies in a row. Hey, Jenna. I hope you're having a good day. I hope you're having a good day. Hey, Carissa. Christina. Earl, COG. Hey there, lady. Good evening from the Carolinas. Which Carolina are you in? I lived in North Carolina for a few years. I went to school in Wilmington. Lisa, you're on. Hey, Lex. Okay, so let's get to these questions, and then, hey, Ro, how do you get a wrench? Juliana, am I saying your name right? Am I saying your name right? I can give you a wrench. I just can't do it from my phone. I have to do it after the live stream, so I will be happy to give you a wrench that makes you a moderator. I was so excited to see the Q&A with Adam. Thank you, Stephanie, for saying that. That's something I wanted to talk about. So last night, I spent a little while copying all of your comments on that video and emailing them to Adam. I asked him, I said, do you want me to print those out for you, or would you rather I email them to you? Columbia, South Carolina, that's so cool. So Lisanne, who I hope pops on here, my COO, the business leader for Strong Prison Wives, is also from South Carolina, but she's from right outside of Charlotte. I don't know South Carolina very well. But anyway, so I sent all those to Adam. He said he preferred getting them in email. You guys, oh my gosh. So he got everything through last night. This morning I woke up to even more comments. I can't get on core links at work. So I'm going to go tonight and I'm going to copy all those. I'm going to keep sending them to you. I sent them. It took 4 separate messages because core links, which is the system that the federal prisons, the BOP, uses for us to communicate via email. It's like their secure email system. So you get capped at 300 lines and 10,000 characters, whatever comes first. So it took me 4 emails to send him all of your love on that video. Well, this morning he woke up, so it said like responses to our video part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4. And he said it's gotten really, really hostile where he is. I've told you guys that since about January, it's gone downhill, but it's gotten really hostile, really hostile. He said the COs are just being really hostile. I can't even think of another word. It's gotten really bad there. So he was having a bad morning. And he said, for me to feel the negativity, and sometimes I can't bite my tongue, he said, somebody who works so hard to stay positive, I know if it's having this much of an effect on me, I am sure it's having so much more of an effect on these other people. So he read that first email, and then I got a reply from him that was only a couple of paragraphs, and it said, I have to run, I have to go to the commissary, and they're kicking us off the housing units. They had to be outside in the rain all day because I don't know if they were doing shakedowns, I don't know what they were doing, waxing floors, whatever they were doing on the housing units. He said it was hostile, so I'm assuming it was shakedowns. So they had to be outside in the rain all day, and he was cranky. And then when he came back later, he told me I purposely saved reading the next couple of emails with all the comments because, oh my God, I'm gonna cry. I needed those to raise my spirits. And he wrote back, I wish I had the email in front of me, but I don't have curl links on. This was my mom's old iPad. I didn't put curl links on it yet, but because I very rarely use it. I usually use it only to read to you guys on here. Anyway, so he was like, I think he started it with, wow. He goes, I am so overwhelmed by this outpouring of love. And he said, I think as long as we can, I would love to make this a weekly thing. And I was like, hey, they love you more than me, so they would love for this to be a weekly thing. You have a lot of fans, of course. Like, I think that's what he needs to do as long as we can. Oh, thanks, Jen. I appreciate that. Jen said, please hit the like button. Please hit the like button. So I appreciate that. And please do. It helps me so much. It's just an easy way that you can help me out. Help out Adam too, because I'm trying to grow this channel as much as I can, because like I said earlier, full court press, it is time to bring him home. It is time to make him help criminal justice reform from the outside. And one of your comments was adorable, and it was like, bring this man home. All he wants is a sunset and a meal. Like, come on. And I was like, all he wants is you're absolutely right. Thank you. All he wants is a sunset, a good meal, and to make a change to help all the people who he hopefully one day has to leave there, so he can come out here and make systemic changes from the outside in. That is his desire, his passion, one of his biggest desires in life after getting out, of course. He wants to help make those changes because he has such intimate knowledge after 20 years in the system, and he can speak to it, and he understands it so well. He took the time to learn all of it because it's just him. Like, if he's stuck in that situation, he's going to learn it all. I got it. It takes one to know one. Okay. It's so cool that we get to interact with Adam. I absolutely love how involved he is. Me too. I was just telling about your situation and your channel to my sister. Oh, Stella, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Hey, Melinda. Oh, Tabitha, you're on here. Hey, girl. We finally caught you live, Stacy, Mississippi. Hey, Stacy, Mississippi. Bro, was I wearing... I was wearing a wig in that video. Okay, before I answer your questions, let me talk to you guys about the wigs. So that morning I had... Oh, thank you. You like my cup? This is our SPWF Bucks for Love. You could have one too if you want. Isn't it pretty? It is from paypal.me/SPW. No, I'm sorry. PayPal.me/Strong Prison Wives. You can get a cup for $25. It's a donation to Strong Prison Wives. You could do, it holds ice forever. Just washed mine and put water in it for the drive, and it's BPA free. Makes me so happy. I love both of you guys. I can't pick one. So that cup and this little bag that I'm going to use for money to visits, singles, fit right across here. And because it's clear, we did it clear on purpose. You could bring this to put your visit money in and your tampons and all that stuff when you go into visit. Sorry, boys, you know. And a lanyard are $35. This alone is $10. The lanyard is $7. I don't have one on me. I didn't come on here to promote any of that. I just wanted to say it when Melinda said she likes my cup. That's where you can get them. You ordered your shirt last night? Yeah! You guys send me pictures when you get your shirts. So, I didn't come on here for that. But I was going to say something... Oh, my wigs, and then I'll answer these questions I got on Instagram. So what happened was, Adam and I planned to do that video at 11 o'clock on Saturday morning. I woke up a little bit later, so I had the option. I needed to work out. So if it gets to like 11, 12 o'clock, there is no way that I'm going to go outside in the middle of the day and get a workout in. It's just not typically like me. Like, I need to get it over with, unless of course it's after work and I go. But I was just talking to my friend at work today. We go to the same gym, and I was like, yesterday I had an emergency, nothing like tragic, just like a little emergency, and I was in the gym parking lot for the 4:15 class, and I had to drive out, and I told myself, oh, I'll just go back at 5:15 once I take care of this quick little thing. And so he was like, where he goes in the middle of the workout, I realized, because we work together, we go to the gym together, in the middle of the workout, I realized, I asked Ro if she was coming to the gym tonight, and she said she was. Where the hell is she? And I was like, yeah. I said I was debated going to the 5:15, but he's like, once you get home, as soon as your butt hits that chair, nobody's leaving their house to go. And he's right. So I wanted to get my workout done on Saturday morning before that call. So I had just enough time to do a really hard workout. I had posted about it in my stories on Instagram. If you guys aren't following us on Instagram, it's at Strong Prison Wives. If you care to see like my day-to-day stuff, I post in stories. We have some amazing posts over there that Kara, the admin that takes care of that page, manages that page. She posts up there. But I posted about the workout on Instagram. It was really hard that day, and I was dripping sweat. It was really humid out, so I had just enough time to shower, set up my lighting, prep for the call, and I had like 20 minutes. 20 minutes is not nearly enough time for the work out and wear a wig or wear my hair like soaking. It was soaking wet. It actually had conditioner still in it. Or it was just throw on one of my wigs, because I tried to slick it back into a bun and I looked bald because my hair is fine. It just, it looks like I have a lot of hair because I have a lot of frizz. But that's why I wore a wig in that video, you guys. I had a lot of people like, were you wearing a wig? Yep. And I'm not ashamed to say it. People are like, your hair is beautiful. I bought it on Amazon. Yours could be beautiful too. Amazon.com, my friends. It was like $16. So I am editing a video right now where I was wearing clip-in bangs, and I hate it. I feel like I look like Austin Powers in that video, so please don't judge me. Give me nice comments on that video, because $20. Thank you so much, Road to Prison. No need to send me anything. Just want to help your efforts. We need more people like you. I appreciate your work. Keep fighting. MLNR. God bless. Road to Prison. I cannot thank you enough. Like, I don't get live chats very often, so they make me cry. I'm such a dork. I know. Thank you. I don't know if you guys know, but I send, I'm using like all of this stuff and all the proceeds from the t-shirts. I guess I told you this already, but to promote Adam's petition and to also send to him for, what was it, Road to Prison? Is it Zoom Zooms and Wham Whams, or Wham Whams and Zoom Zooms? I said it backwards last time. Now I can't remember, but from the bottom of my heart, and also from Adam, thank you so much. Okay. You made it to a live, Jody. Yay! I'm lagging. Oh, Caitlin, I'm sorry. Am I lagging for anybody else? It might. Hold on. Let me just open some windows. It's probably because I'm going through the Bluetooth in my car. So we'll just shut off the car. We'll make it a little bit better. Okay. Am I still lagging? We're just going to get really hot up in here. That's okay. Oh, thanks, Mama, for putting that in there. And I saw somebody else posted links. Am I better? Am I lagging, or are we good? Is that better? Angie. Hey, girlfriend. Not anymore. Okay, so it was because it was going through my Bluetooth. Mine was, and I closed, reopened it, and it fixed itself. Interesting. You're lagging a bit, but now you're better. No lag. Okay, I think it was because we were going through the Bluetooth speakers. That's what happens. Okay, let's go to questions. So I got this one on Instagram. Sarah! I just sent you a Marco Polo. I love you. I'm writing a friend and would like some ideas what to write about or what to send him. What are some good topics for articles I can send? So my reply was, what's he interested in? Like, what interests did he have before he went inside? And those are the type of articles that you should send to him. Also, if you can't think of anything, if you just don't know what he was interested in, maybe he's a new pen pal, maybe he's a new love interest, and you don't have access to him to ask him, you can... I swear I thought I added, didn't I add you, Jody? I swear I added you. Remember I said I added you? I'll go and I'll check. I can't fix that when I'm on the phone, but I'll take care of you, Jody. I'll add you guys that want wrenches. No worries. Okay, so also one place where you could start is most people on the inside, almost all people on the inside, men. I don't know about women. I don't have contact with any women on the inside, but most men, if Ray hops on here, she can confirm for the women, but most men are into fitness. So if you want to start with fitness articles, if you want to send him maybe like a fitness subscription to a magazine, one that I liked for a while, I'm not affiliated with them by, hey Gima, I'm not affiliated with them by any means. I just really loved them. They went out of their way to accommodate me when I had to call them one time, their customer service, and tell them that I got all of the back issues of their magazine for Adam for Christmas one year, but it was like 20 different issues and they needed to break them up into 5 or 6. And I called and I was like, listen, it's going to a correctional institution. And some people you say that to and they start giving you attitude because they just want to give you attitude because God forbid you're supporting somebody in prison. But they were awesome. They were great. They were like, no problem. It's on Fitness. ON Fitness. That's a good one. Or honestly, is he fighting his case? Because if you want to he might need legal information. So as far as that stuff you can send, just anything that interests him, anything positive. I try to send positive stuff because like I was saying earlier about what Adam's going through right now, it's really negative in there. They don't need, like, to me, I don't think they need negative humor. I don't think that they need anything like dark. They are already in so much darkness. So just positive. You could send funny memes. I know Lisanne, what she used to do was she would find memes and she would print them out. Like she would print out like 50 at a time or something like that. And she would just put them in the mail like every few days. And so he would get mail from her every day, but it was easy. She didn't have to write a letter every single day because sometimes you run out of stuff to talk about. Also, as far as, I'm just referring to my own notes so I don't skip anything. As far as his case, you can set up Google alerts around what his case is around. I have a video if you just scroll through my old videos, and I can post it in the description box below after I'm done with this video, and it's how to set up Google alerts. Once you set them up, you'll get emails with whatever you put in that alert. So for me, I could put 924C, that's the law Adam sentenced under, or I could put mandatory minimum sentence is one I have. United States versus Davis, that was the Supreme Court case we were watching. And so every time something is posted on the internet about it, you'll get an email. You could get it in real time. You can get them throughout the day. You can set it to once a day. You could set it to once a week. There's different settings. And then if he's fighting a case and he needs those legal articles, once they hit your inbox, you just print them out because you're going to check your email throughout the week and you can send those. As far as what to write in a letter, honestly, just write about your day. Like, what would you talk to him about when he was out here? That's what I would write about. I wouldn't overthink it because then you're going to get yourself tripped up on stuff. Also, I would personally ask questions in your letter, so you're kind of giving him a guide on to write back, like a template almost to write back so he has questions to answer. That's especially good for people who don't like to write. A lot of girls, I should say, tell us like he's just not a writer. He hates to write. It's so annoying. I look forward to his letters. So you could do that, or you could do questions, like pull down questions off of Google, or we have on our Patreon page worksheets of questions, like fire starter questions that you can send to him. Yeah, like Mama just said, the 20 questions game. That's great with pen pals or somebody that you're newly getting to know. And honestly, a lot of couples that were together before, you didn't really know each other on that level anyway. What's your favorite color? I have no idea. Like, I know how big your something else is, but I don't know what your favorite color is. I don't know what makes you tick, what makes your soul thrive. I just know that you used to get up at 5 o'clock every morning and I would yell at you to take out the trash, and then you would come home and we would go to dinner. I don't know the deep stuff. Start talking about the deep stuff. You'll learn to love each other on such a different deep level, and that's what's going to help you get through this and make you thrive. So that's what I'm thinking. If it's just a friend, just questions you want to know about him, talk about your day, that kind of stuff. Does anyone want to add anything before I move on to the next question? No? Okay. So this one, I didn't write down her whole question. I just took bullet points, but you guys will follow. That she was an RWI couple, which means they were together before they broke up. They had lost touch. He went on the inside. Miss Rowe, there's an age limit on... Is there an age limit on writing people in prison? Not that I'm aware of. If you think about it, kids write their daddies, and also grandmas write to their grandchildren. So I don't know if you're saying if there's a too young to write to somebody in prison or too old, but no, I don't think so. I think that somebody on the inside would appreciate mail from anybody, no matter what age. I wouldn't write romantically to somebody under 18 years old because I would hope they wouldn't accept that letter or throw it away, because that could get them in trouble. You know what I'm saying? I would just romantically 18 and above. That is my advice. Okay. So, they're an RWI couple, meaning they reunited. So, oh, they're juveniles. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't read that part. No, I think you should be fine. I don't know. I don't have any experience with juveniles. But if you email me, strongprisonwives@gmail.com, I have a very, very dear friend who's worked at a juvenile facility for 20 years or so she could help me with that answer. Or if somebody here knows, they could post it in the comments. Okay, so RWI, they broke up. He went to jail. They didn't have touch, very similar to me and Adam. And then they somehow got back in touch, rekindled, reunited, that's the word, while he was already inside. So that's what's going on with these two. They've been back in touch for 2 years. He's been gone a total of 7, and now best case is, well, either way, he's getting out in September. Best case would be early September. Worst case would be end of September of this year, next month. So he proposed to her last November 2018. He proposed to her, and then she said to him, okay, when are we getting married? Like, are you gonna pick a date, or are you gonna put me on layaway? And he was like, no, I don't want to do that in here. If I'm getting out so soon, what's the point in, I don't want to do that. Like, I don't want to tarnish our wedding by doing it on the inside, since I'm just getting out in a couple months. It's not, I guess that was close to a year, but it's not that far away. We could wait. And so she goes, I honestly deserved that. I get it. He kind of put me in my place. He was right. Not that she deserved it, but what he said makes sense, and she agreed. So she said that everything was right. So I know I left it on layaway too, Jody. I'm not that old. I thought it would be a friendly thing. Oh no, I don't think there's an age limit. And I don't think that matters. I think that they would love to hear from you. So anyway, back to this. She said that they got really tight. They got really close really fast. It was like they had never separated. But now, since they're only a couple of weeks from release, he's basically fallen off of the face of the earth. So he's calls maybe max 2 or 3 times a week, if that. If he's calling, it's max 2 or 3 times a week. So I'm assuming he used to call every single day. He's not written at all anymore. And the last time that he called, she asked him about what they used to talk about, the future, living together when he gets out, getting married eventually. Again, they talked about this the whole time, and he got mad at her, and he was like, we don't even know each other. What are you talking about? That's not happening. And so her question to me was, and he got really defensive, and he has not called her since. It's been about a week. It's been about a week since she sent this message. So she said she's confused. She feels played, and she's not sure what to do. She's shattered. When they had that argument was the last time they spoke. Then she added, I want you guys to hear this. This is the important part to me. She added a second message that said, she sort of feels like this is that little phase in life that she needed to go through. She said, sorry, I lost my spot. The past 4 months, he was in the hole, 90 days without visit. So she kind of feels like this happened this way, so it's not too painful in the end, because communication was next to nothing anyway. So my response to that is, sweetheart, first of all, I am so sorry you're going through that. Second of all, you have to follow your intuition. What was that word? Intuition? Whatever that was. You have to follow your intuition. You have to follow your gut on this one. I want you to go back to the videos that I posted last Monday and Wednesday. Red flags in a prison relationship and green flags in a prison relationship. And I want you to think about your situation, and I want you to either watch or rewatch them, because I think they're going to help you. But to me, hearing all of this, now there is a phase. There's a phase the last few weeks, the last few months, where they're going to freak out, right? Because anybody that's been in prison can relate or can add to this in a comment. I've asked Adam about this before. I've asked other people who have been inside before. I've asked women whose spouses have gotten out or loved ones have gotten out. There is a freak out point. The longer you do time, the worse it's going to be, because all you know is inside. And then even though it is what you've dreamed about for the last however many months or years, you freak out. Think about it from our perspective. The thought of Adam getting released next week is the most exciting thing to me in the world. It also brings up a ton of anxiety because we've gotten so comfortable in this new normal that is so abnormal that the thought of getting that shattered, that independence, that shell that we've built for ourselves is so frightening. It's what we want more than anything, but it's frightening. And what happens when you get scared? You just push, you just throw everything away. You just want normalcy. You just grasp for it. So you throw everything out of your way. You push, you grasp for what you know because your mind just wants to feel safe. So when you feel anxiety, your mind just grasps for safety. That's us out here. Imagine the feeling of being confined for so many years. They're making their decisions. They're making your decision. They're making your decisions for you. I couldn't get that out. They're telling you what time you're allowed to wake up and leave your cell in the morning. Hey, Mallory, they're telling you what time you're allowed to go to bed. They're telling you what time you're allowed to eat and what you're going to eat. Your choices on the commissary are this big compared to when we walk into a grocery store and there's aisles and aisles and aisles of choices. You have to pay bills. You have responsibilities. Plus, if you have parole or probation, you have to figure out how you're going to get through all of that and stay on the straight and narrow and not screw up again because you have so many people now relying on you and you don't want to disappoint them. So all of that anxiety makes you push everybody away. It's just easier in here. It's just easier in here because it's what I know. I don't know out there. I don't want to walk out to you and screw up and disappoint you. So I'm going to push you away now because I can't do that to you. So if you guys are getting short and you're experiencing that, know that it comes with the territory. But like I told one of my friends the other day, that doesn't mean that you need to be the doormat or the punching bag. Doormat meaning they walk all over you. You just need to say to him, sweetheart, I understand. I am just as anxious as you. We're a team. It is me and you against the world, not me and you against each other. But that said, I am not getting that from this situation. He already started these games a year ago before release, and you said it yourself. So sweetheart, my thought is follow your intuition, and I would cut your losses. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry to say that to you, but I just think it is what it is. And you said it best. I agree with you. I agree with you in your thought process about it's going to be easier because you haven't had that contact. You haven't had that daily contact. I say to my friends all the time, you know, if it doesn't work out for us, it's going to suck. It's going to hurt bad. But we don't have somebody getting ripped out of our bed. We don't have somebody whose half of my house is full of his crap. His fingerprints, imprints, his everything is all over my stuff, infiltrating my life that I have to wake up every morning and miss seeing him. Will I miss him? Of course. Would it be so much more difficult if he was in my house for 20 years? Of course. So I'm grasping here for you, but you said it best. The fact that you haven't had contact and you had to learn how to be independent again and not have that part of your relationship with him is going to make it easier when he comes home and you guys, I don't want to say when, if he comes home and you guys don't work out. I think you're prepared for it. I think you're being mature about it, and I wish you nothing but the best. Okay. Next question. How to get the right legal help. This again is notes. She worded it, but I just kind of took notes. I don't want to get her full question. How do you get the right legal help? How to look for it herself. So what happened was she watched one of my videos where I said you really need to know about the laws surrounding your loved one's case. It was either in the red flag or the green flags video. Like you should, I think it was in the red flags where I said, if they don't want to tell you what their case is, if they don't want to tell you what they're charged with, right? Not only do you need to know because you should look them up and make sure that they're telling you the truth and that morally you can be involved with somebody that did that, but also you want to know because if laws change, they might not hear it first, you might hear it first, and they might only get a certain amount of time to file, especially in the feds, an appeal before they lose time, before they're out of time and they missed an opportunity. So she came back to me with this question in response to that video and was like, I really want to know how I could do that. What do I do? I don't understand. I've never been involved in this before. She said, Okay, I want you guys to hear the way she said this part, because this is part of my response. She said, how do I make him feel like I'm fighting for him and I'm a strong prison wife? How do I prove to him that I'm out here doing everything that I need to do to make sure that he comes home? So my questions back for you guys that want to know too is, what is the status of his case? Is he pre-sentencing? Is he pre-trial? Has he been convicted and he has appeals open? You need to know those answers before you can make a strategy on how you're going to help him, right? So if he, whatever those answers are, you need to know what he's charged with. And again, I always lean on Google alerts. That's how I've studied the stuff that Adam, when there's stuff going through the Supreme Court, I put 924C in there. So I know that anything around 924C will come back to me, and I don't have to spend hours sitting in front of a computer researching this. Here's a story that I haven't told in a little while, but when I first got back in touch with Adam, I was like, I'm going to be the one that helps him change this. I'm going to be the one, nobody's helped him for so long. There's got to be something out there. I'm going to help him. I would go to work full time during the week, and then on Saturday and Sunday morning, I would wake up. From the minute I woke up till the minute I went to bed, it would be like 12 hours. I would be on the computer researching just long enough to stop and eat or go to the bathroom. That got depressing, my friends. Not only did it get depressing because there were no answers, it also got depressing because I'm not a lawyer. I don't read legal documentation. I don't understand a lot of the stuff that's in these documents. Just like when my mother used to go get testing at the hospital, right? And then the results would be uploaded to this patient portal. They'd be emailed to her. She would read those things. She didn't have a background in medicine, and any kind of medical terminology. She would diagnose herself as dying every single time she got one of these responses. So she'd be like, oh my God, Ro, oh my God. No, I have a degree in sports medicine. I'm not very good with this stuff, but I kind of understand that terminology. I had to take anatomy and physiology and learn the body, and ask me if I remember majority of it. I don't. I work with computers. But I know some stuff. So she's like, oh my God, Ro, I think this is what's going to kill me. I have a hiatal hernia. And I'm like, oh no, Mom, that's just like right here. It's just like a little acid reflux. You're going to be okay. You're going to be fine. Sometimes I would lie to her if I didn't know what it was. I was like, oh, Mom, that's nothing. Point is, if you don't understand that terminology, you're not going to be able to decipher it, and it's going to spin you in circles. You're going to get confused as hell. You're going to get depressed. You're going to get annoyed. And honestly, we have to leave a lot of that stuff to the lawyers. We do. So when something hits, okay, that's when you decide how you're going to move forward. Now, I have to tell you this. Adam says this all the time, and I could not agree with him more. Nobody should know your case better than you, meaning him. Nobody should know the law surrounding your case better than you, because you're your biggest advocate. You're the one fighting for it. He needs to go to the law library. He needs to do a ton of research. He needs to be the one that you say, hey, this happened. And he can either research it himself in the law library, or he can... Can somebody answer that question? Does JPay cost money? I think so, but I don't use JPay. He needs to talk to the lawmen in there, which are just inmates that are versed in law. They maybe had a legal background. They might be paralegals. They work in the law library. They're lawmen on the inside. He'll know who those people are. And he should know, and he should be able to tell you how to move forward. You can be the second person that knows the second amount about his case, but he needs to be in the driver's seat for this, unless he's a juvenile and you're his mom, something like that. That's different. But my sweet friend, what really, really stood out to me in your email is that you felt like you need to prove yourself to him by the amount of time that you're spending researching his case and finding all of the legal answers. And to me, that's what stood out to me the most in your question, is that if I were you, would explore that. I would explore why you feel like you need to prove yourself to him. It sounds to me like there's some sort of trust issue there. There was some sort of trust broken at some point. So as far as proving that you're a strong prison wife, time will heal that wound. There's nothing other than time that will prove that to anybody. And actions and answering the phone and sending mail and emails. But also that's sad to me. Like, I think you guys need to work on your communication skills and your relationship and whatever trust issues are there, so you don't feel as if you have to prove yourself to anybody. He's not your dad. He's not your boss. The way that was worded just really, really, really stood out to me. And I mean, I can work with you through that. That's too deep for me to answer just on this video, right? We can't just have a one-on-one session on this video. I do offer one-on-one sessions through, if you're a Patreon member, because I just don't have time to one-on-one coach 100,000 women in strong prison moms and families. But if you want me to coach you, it's patreon.com/SPWF. But regardless, I think no matter what you do, you should explore why you feel as if you need to prove yourself to him. And then you got to do the best you can with the legal stuff. Keep yourself updated. So what I did when I was spending those 12 hours a day, it did get depressing. I would set up those Google alerts so I didn't have to look. I would be emailed if something happened. And then I knew it was time to research and look. And then I decided if it was time to reach out to an attorney, or if I could afford that, which at the moment, obviously we can't, but if you could bring your case to the ACLU in the state, it's ACLU, sorry, I talk really fast, in the state that his case is out of. So for me, I live in New Jersey, but Adam's case is out of Philadelphia. So I would have to go to the ACLU in Pennsylvania. I don't know if they're based city. Like, you would just look up ACLU in Pennsylvania and see if they're just state or city. And then you would contact them. Say, hey, listen, here's the situation. Here's what he's sentenced under. Here's the update. And they might take your case pro bono, which means, and don't get mad at me for saying what it means, because I had somebody who kind of came at me one time when I said what DA meant. They were like, don't insult us, we know what that means. Right, but a lot of people, a lot of new subscribers aren't familiar with this lifestyle. They're just watching and learning, which I think is amazing. So pro bono means they do it for free. So I'm not saying that they will, I'm saying they might if they see that you have a case. So that's something I would do. And the ACLU, what's great about them is I met a rep from the Arizona ACLU in Dallas at the Prisoners Family Conference last year, which by the way is in October, and we're going to do a meetup there. So if you guys want to meet me in person, that's one way to do it. But he was so kind, and he's like, we're here to help. All you have to do is contact us. He goes, I'm from Arizona, but I can contact one of my reps in Pennsylvania to get you help with your case if we see that you have something. So I would just really fight the urge to sit there all day and research because you feel like you have to prove yourself to him or you don't want to miss anything, because what you're missing, my friend, is your life. And you don't want to give up your whole entire life for this. You want to make it a piece of your life, not your whole life, or that is a recipe for burning out really quick or resenting him. Okay, let's go to your questions and your comments. We're here to support those alongside of us, as well as educate those that aren't. That is so well said. We barely use it anymore. He got a tablet. Okay. Where's the conference and the date? Jody, thanks. It is Prisoners Family Conference. It is in Dallas. It is middle of October. I don't remember the exact dates. 15, 16, I don't know. It is prisonerfamilyconference.org. It is, all the information is on there. I will be a keynote speaker. Lisanne will be a keynote speaker. One of our girls is going to be reading her poetry there. There's a concert this year on Friday night if you want to stay for that. It's Tuesday through Friday, whatever like the teens are. Mama, do you remember the exact dates? I just literally put in my days at work today for it. I should have remembered. Okay, 16th through the 18th. So it is a Tuesday through Friday. I'm going to tell, or 16, 17, 18, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Sorry. I typically get there Tuesday night and I leave Saturday morning. It's just easier for me because we do and night with my sisters because it's my vacation, you know, and also it's just a little bit less anxiety ridden to have to like travel the same day as the conference, and this is the first year that they're doing the concert at the end of the whole conference. It's on Friday night. It's going to be amazing. And then I think they just announced that on the website, because I just saw it on the website today when I went to go look. What was I just going to say? I forgot. When I went to go take my days. I wish I could go. I can't. You can't take that week off. Oh man, we're going to do more in the future. We do this one every single year, but we're going to hopefully do more meetups too. We were talking about going up to twice a year if we could afford it. Yes, I live in Maryland and he's in Washington State and he gets my JPs. Okay. Hey, Crystal. I wish I had my passport. It takes forever to get here in Canada. Oh, especially when you've never had one. Oh man. Can you rush them? We can rush them here, but it's a little expensive. Where would you recommend finding a personal trainer? Great question. I would first, there's different ways to do it. Depending on where you live, depending on your fitness level, and depending on the amount that you want to pay. You can get an online fitness trainer. You can go to the gym, just like a local gym, like whatever's by you. Gold's, you could go to, there's millions of gyms now. What's the one that promotes, like, you pick things up and you put them down? What's that gym? Is it Planet Fitness? I'm trying to think of the one that's not intimidating, like that you're not allowed to bang weights or anything like that. I can't remember the name of the gym, but that might be a good place to start. And you literally just interview them. You ask them, usually you can negotiate with them on a price and then go from there. Just see if you like them, see what their qualifications are, see if they specialize. Let's say you have diabetes. Do they specialize to work with people with diabetes or a heart problem, or what's their track record? My coach, this is a great story. I think I told it on a video not too long ago where Adam got offended that I hired a coach. And Adam's never coached a woman before. He has dozens of men under his belt. But I know Adam's diet plan. Adam would tell me to eat basically a paleo diet, which I've done a million times. I love him, but I just know more about nutrition than he does. I hired this man for my diet. By the way, as of today, it's been 12 weeks and I've dropped 10, 11, 12% body fat. So he knows what he's doing. When I went to go, I found him online. One of my friends used him. So that's another one, word of mouth recommendations. She recommended him. I went to talk to him. He has a whole entire wall of framed pictures of his clients who have been successful. Every single one of them was a woman. He has male clients, of course, but those were all pictures of women. His wife is a success story. And also most of his clients are 40 and above. Those check all of my boxes. Shh, don't tell. But I see there's a 52-year-old woman on your wall with a body that I wanted, who came into you a few years ago after giving birth, and you got her back her body in 2 years without crashing her metabolism. You're hired. So interview them. I have boxes that I need you to check, just like a job interview, and that's how I would recommend doing it. I have a virtual one. She's awesome. My coach also does online stuff. He has clients that he's never met before that he's trained for fitness competitions, and he just does it all by photos online. So sometimes online could be, I don't think him, because he's like an elite coach, or Melinda's, I don't know what hers does, but sometimes online can be a little bit cheaper, because if you're going in person like 3 times a week, they're going to charge you for that. Personal trainers have gotten like a little bit ridiculous. A way that you can combat that, though, if you just want somebody to like push you during a workout, look into group training gyms. Before I ever in between, like I used to compete in fitness and I had coaches, and then I stopped for a while. And in order to keep that motivation going in the gym, I joined group training gyms. There are so many different kinds out there. There's mom and pop ones. There's Orange Theory, which is more of like, treadmills and weights, which I was in really good shape when I was at Orange Theory. There's CrossFit, which I'm doing right now, which is great. And CrossFit seems intimidating, but at least the one I go to, the classes go at your own pace. So they're going to push you, but you're not there trying to lift 700 pounds because the guy next to you is. But it's really nice. Like even like classes at, let's say, Bally's, I used to go, which I think is 24-hour now, right? 24-hour fitness, I think it's called. But I would be in a class working out, but like taking a breather, working out. And then it would be, let's say, push-ups. I'd be doing push-ups. All I would need to see was the trainer's feet walking by, and I'd be like, and I'd keep going. It gives you that like little edge, that oomph that you wouldn't do by yourself. So that's a good thing if you can't afford a trainer, because some of them are very expensive. Look into group training classes or facilities. Okay. Oof. 2-hour train ride to rush a passport, and it would still take 10 to 12 weeks. Yuck. Planet Fitness, that's pick them up and put them down. I forgot. Lex, we just had the same thought. Oh, thanks for all the congratulations. Yeah, I was telling my sister, I was like, it's because I just need to learn how to take compliments better, because I called my sister on my way home from the trainer's house. My GPS took me a different way because it wanted me to avoid the parkway, which was traffic because it was rush hour. And so Amanda, I called my sister Amanda. I'm like, I think I was literally just in your backyard and I didn't realize it until I got on the highway, and I would have come over to say hi. And she's like, oh no. She's like, well, how did your session go? I was like, I dropped another percentage and a half. And I was like, it's because I ate asparagus. She's like, excuse me? You ate asparagus? I'm like, yeah, well, you know, like flushed everything. She's like, you worked hard for that. Shut up and take it. And I was like, okay, thanks. I did work hard. So thank you guys. We got to learn how to open ourselves up and take compliments. Do you guys watch Christina Randall's channel? She is a queen. Her and my friend Jess I call them the queen and the princess of prison channels. And Christina posted a video about that today on her not prison channel. And she was talking about how like you need to open yourself up to take compliments. And it's true. And to like just receive, period. Oh, Laura, I love this. Okay, I wish I had the confidence to go to a gym, group classes, get a trainer. My social skills are terrible, so I just watch YouTube videos of people and their trainers. So I could tell you I am the same exact way. I'm so awkward at the gym. If anybody's read my book and got to the part where I talk about how awkward I am at the gym because I'm in my head about everybody finding out about Adam, and my family owns businesses in this town, and I'm so scared that I'm going to make them lose business if people find out about my situation. It's ridiculous. I am too. The good thing about gyms, group training gyms, is that everybody's there for the same reason. It's not like awkward small talk because you're all working out. So it kind of helps you develop those social skills in a controlled way where, yeah, you're awkward, but everybody's awkward when you're trying to lift as much weight as you can or run as fast as you can. So for me, it kind of helped, and I'm not going to finish that story. I'll let you guys finish it in the book. But for me, it kind of helped me redevelop the confidence and the social skills that I lost when I started going through this. Okay. I found a CrossFit gym 10 minutes away. I'm going Friday. Yay! Love Jess and Christina. Their collabs are going to be so funny. I cannot wait for it. Did you get the report I sent you? I think, let me check. I already made that video, though. I made it on Saturday as soon as we talked. I'm so excited for it. I have to order your book. Yay! I get paid in 2 days, so I'm definitely getting it. You guys, it'll be in the description box below this video if you're wondering what she's talking about. Or I think it's bit.ly/comeback code. That is the name of the book. I want to try boxing. Do you like it? Boxing is my #1 favorite type of workout because I love jumping on the ropes. I love hitting the bags. You get your aggressions out. But, you know what you could do too? Go on Groupon. There's a lot of like CKO style gyms that offer tons of, like you can get a month for free. You can get a couple classes for $25 and it comes with gloves, and the gloves are already $20. So it's a free gloves and a few classes. Groupon is, or like Living Social, whatever those apps are really good for trying out things that you don't know if you're going to like yoga classes, boxing gyms, kickboxing gyms, CrossFits I have seen on there, tons of different stuff. I even saw one time a surf class, but it was like in a gym where I don't know if they had a wave pool. I don't know what the hell they had. Girl can't swim was like, not going there, but they have really cool stuff that you could try out. Do you have a favorite author whose work helps you with the situations you face? #1, first and foremost, God rest his soul, was Wayne Dyer. I'll tell you why. I used to listen to Wayne Dyer books when I first started driving to McKean, and I just loved his voice. I loved his outlook. I loved that he was very positive and he gave that message, but he wasn't too like frou-frou. Like some of them are like a little too out there for me, and I'm like, I get it. Like I follow your theory, but you're too woo-woo. Too woo-woo for me is too woo-woo. He wasn't. He was just like, here it is, right? So I listened 6 hours on my way to visit one time. on my drive to the hotel the night before. The next morning, I was driving to the facility, which is a 20-minute drive about, and I started listening again because I was addicted at that point to this book. I wish I could remember which one. If I do, I'll post it in the comments afterwards. As I am making the left turn into the facility, he's talking about his daughter, right? The way he's talking, I'm like, this sounds familiar. As I put my car in park and go to shut my car and shut off the book, he says, that was my daughter that was in prison. I never gave up on her. He had 6 or 7 kids or 9 kids. He had a lot of kids. He's like, and I loved her just the same as every other child that I had. She just had a different path in life, and I supported her. And then afterwards, they were like really close. She was working in his business, and I was like, I knew I loved you for a reason. But his work and like, I don't know, people who support prisoners that always just, just like, it was like the cherry on top of his amazing Sunday. I love him. So he's really good. Unfortunately, he passed away a few years ago, very peacefully in his sleep. But, and then, which is crazy, another author that I like was Louise Hay. They were very close, and she passed away a year to the day that he died. How crazy is that? Okay. But I have a lot of authors. Maybe I should do a whole video on the authors that have helped me throughout this journey, because I have a whole bunch that I've learned a ton from, all different ages. Some are like older, more renowned. Some are like younger online influencers that I just adore. So that might be a video in the future. I used to love fighting with my friends when I was a little girl. I actually think boxing would be perfect for me. I never thought of using it as a workout. Oh girl, it is a great workout. It is one of the most strenuous workouts. I feel that it certainly does release a lot. Yes. I've always wanted to do MMA style working out. That's cool. You learn to defend yourself. Never knew that. Please do. Rachel Hollis saved your sanity. I love her too. Awesome. I will, Jody. You found her before SPWF. When did I find her? My friend Samantha, a fellow prison wife, who I've been playing phone tag with, and by phone tag, I've been the crappiest friend that has barely returned phone calls since December, and I love her, and I miss her, and I need to call her back. So if you're watching this, I'm so sorry, don't hate me. But my life has just been insane. Okay, aside from that, my friend Sam turned me on to her. She sent me her... You know how she does 90 days before the end of the year? They do like a 90-day countdown for you to reach your goals at the end of the year, which is really cool, because if you think about it, most of us are gung-ho in January, and then we last 3 weeks and we fall off. So they have like a 90-day to the end of the year push, and my friend Sam sent me that, and that's how I found Rachel Hollis. And I listened to her book. That was a really good one, you guys, to add to the list. Girl, Wash Your Face and Girl, Stop Apologizing. I think I liked Girl, Wash Your Face just a smidge better, but only because I've heard and listened to and read a lot of books that were very similar to Girl, Stop Apologizing. So I liked it, and I took stuff away from it. But if you had to choose one of the two, I would do Girl, Stop Apologizing. You should, and add in some of your favorite books and Audible books, definitely. Yep. Need it for your 13-hour drive. Yeah, that's why I started listening to books, because mine was 6, but I'm so glad to get this. So glad to get in this community. She put my mindset right. I love that. Mel Robbins. I have not gotten into her, but you were like the 3rd person in probably a month who told me to start listening to her stuff and watching her stuff. I think I bought a book from her, because with Audible, I use the credits. And so I had some built up credits that I was going to lose if I didn't use them. And I think I bought one of her books and I never listened to it. So I need to. You did too. You liked Girl, Wash Your Face better than Girl, Stop Apologizing. I love that I could read that one comment and know what Melinda's saying, I think. Little Mama, thank you so much for the $4. More for Zoom Zooms and Wham Whams for Adam. Oh my God, he's going to cry. Oh, you guys made his day so much. I can't thank you enough. And you know what else is very interesting that I thought, Melinda, that I thought was just so cool was that on my videos, I've gotten some hate before, and that's cool. Usually every video I'll get a troll comment. I'm used to it. No big deal. Well, it's not that it's no big deal. It's just part of the job, right? We did not get one troll message on that video. Not one. Not one. What? That's incredible. Go Adam. Oh. She's straight to the point, no BS. I love people like that. Okay, who else has any questions or anything like that? Wow, I'm telling you guys, we've been on 54 minutes. I was like, it's getting a little dark out, not realizing live videos fly for me. They fly for me. I love it. I have fun. We love him. I'm going to tell him that. Oh. So, I'm going to be back tomorrow. I have a video coming. I was asked the difference between, I'm trying not to sneeze. Sorry, I have to sneeze. So we got a question from a couple people about the difference between federal prison and state prison. So that's coming tomorrow. And then, and it's cool because Adam has experience with both too. So that's tomorrow. Friday, I have not a prison topic. I'm going to keep it as a surprise, but you guys are going to be like, what is wrong with you? You're going to judge me. You're going to judge me. That's okay. Don't judge me. You can judge me. Don't judge me. And then hopefully next week I'll have another Adam video. We're going to try. We're going to try to do one this weekend. So I'm going to post in the communities tab. We have that question, that first question I asked him on the video yesterday, and he was totally thrown off guard. The timing of that question was just poor. So that Friday before was the Friday I made the live video about how you might judge me after Friday. After this Friday coming video. So the Friday before I shot the video with Adam about the Q&A was when he had to call me and tell me he was very upset, and he had to call and tell me about the situation where he's probably not getting out as early as we thought and things were slowed down. And I made the video about that. If you guys are new here, welcome, subscribe after an hour, but go back and watch that one. That was at like 8 o'clock Friday night. 11 o'clock Saturday morning, I throw that question at him. Poor guy was trying to grapple with, I'm dragging her through this so much longer. If there was any time that I am sure he doubted me staying, would probably be those like 12 hours or whatever it was between those two videos. So when I asked him that question, like Lisanne said, she's like, he sounded like he had never thought about it before. I was like, I'm pretty sure he's thought about it before. I think he was just so taken back because of the emotions that he was still grappling with and experiencing. If you don't remember, I said this to you guys on that live video in between, where he said to me, or that Saturday I made another live video, and he's like, that's exactly what I needed. I didn't want to do that video. I wasn't in the right frame of mind. I actually was going to call you and tell you, let's hold off because I need to just talk to you. Let's just have a normal call. I'm just not in the right mind frame. And he said, when you picked up the phone and I heard how excited you were to do this video with me, and I knew how much effort you took to setting up the camera and lighting and waiting for me to call. No air conditioning upstairs, by the way, no fan. And so he said I had to go through with it. And then after, of course, the call hung up on us. And then he called me back when he could 30 minutes later. And he goes, you don't know how much I needed that. I needed that. It just got me out of that mindset to hear how excited you were, to hear how you're so in your element and you love doing this. And for me, it excited me. It made me smile. And then after all of that, so you guys pulled him out of that mood, getting all of those comments and reading them today when he was having a crap day because of the hostility in there. Oh, I love you guys. So that's it. Unless anybody has any burning questions, my comments disappeared again. How often do you and Adam get to talk? Every day? For how long? Okay, so we don't talk on the phone every day. We decide, like, what works for us, our main form of communication is email. It's just easier. So we'll email usually once in the morning, once during the day, and once at night. He is way better at emailing than me. But there was a point where I wasn't emailing enough. Like, he would get one from me that I would write after he went into lockdown, so he wouldn't even get it until the next day. That was for like weeks. And here is a full confession. I was kind of at the point where I was resenting the whole situation, and I was like, I don't want to freaking have to email my husband. I want to be able to talk to him like across the table for me, you know? And I was just in my head a little bit. We go through ups and we go through downs, and I was in a little bit of a down phase. Nothing terrible, nothing I was like, I need to walk away. It was just my depression and resentment against this situation was coming out like that. And he said to me, he's like, listen, he's like, I understand. And I never told him that because I don't think that's fair to tell him that, because that's just going to make him question, you know, it's just, I have my girlfriends and it was fine. And if it had lasted for a long time, then I would have explored it. But at that point it was not too long. But he's like, I worry about you. I don't need a full-blown email. I just need to hear from you at one point throughout the day, just so I know you're okay. It's the same thing. I just wasn't like thinking like that, but it's the same thing where if they go all day without, or a few days without contacting us, we're like, oh my God, he's dead. He's in the hole. Like something happened, right? Where if we just check in with each other, it's fine. So we email a few times a day. I got much better at that once he said that I felt bad. Then, and it's fine. Like, cause he was like, how come you can be on chat threads and text with your friend back and forth all day long, with your friends all day long, but you can't even send me a message? And I was like, because I could text 3 letters to my friends and they understand what I'm saying. And he goes, well, I don't need full-blown emails from you. I just need, hey, everything's okay, I'm busy, I love you, that's it. So that's what I started doing. I mean, I started taking time to write emails as well, but it didn't have to be that elaborate. So we email a few times a day. We talk on the phone maybe once a week. He has to split his minutes with a lot of people. Both of his parents are alive, they're not together. He has to spend money on his legal calls because getting a legal call set up through the facility last time took him 3.5 weeks. What? 3.5 weeks. Do you know how much could happen? Well, not much because it happened so slowly, but you could miss opportunities in 3.5 weeks. Then the lawyer went on vacation, then this, then that. So sometimes it's just easier for him to use his minutes on legal calls. He has a lot of friends that he keeps in touch with. He has a lot of people that he needs to call as well. And I am so okay with that, because in what relationship out here does somebody call just one person? So honey, you call whoever you want. So it just helps a little bit. He's still going to be very institutionalized, but it helps a little bit that he has relationships and he speaks to other people, not just me and the guys in there, if that makes sense. So, do you swipe on your keyboard on your phone? I've tried. It is the worst for me. I don't know if it's my fat fingers or what, but swipe I'll do sometimes. It doesn't work very well for me. It makes more typos than if I just, thumb it out. How can I bring personal training certification to my loved one in prison? I think you said Adam got certified. Yes. So we went through the, I'm going to say the wrong organization. I don't want to say the wrong one. Let me look at it in my email and then I will post it. Or email me, strongprisonwives@gmail.com, and I will send you the exact organization we went through. But there are plenty that work with, prisons and these types of facilities. So yes, he's gotten certified by a few different organizations. He has a Nautilus. I think Nautilus was done it was a program through the facility. And then I believe he studied for ACE. That might have been something he had to send away for. And this third one was the easiest and the quickest. And that's the one I can't remember. I remember the guy was out in California, made a video about him for Vlogmas. Let me tell you the story about him because a lot of you guys weren't here yet. Awesome, I'll email you. Okay, awesome. So Adam's like, listen, call the guy, do me a favor, call the guy and ask him I had to pay, I think it was like $250 for him to take the test and get the certification. So I gave that to him for his birthday is the end of November, very, very end of November. So it was his birthday / Christmas present. He wanted to ask other people. Nobody could do it. And I was like, I got you. Because he refused to ask me. I go, I need to get you something for Christmas and your birthday. Anyway, do you want me to just get you magazines that you're going to wind up throwing away? Let me do this for you. So he's like, all right, call the guy and make sure that you have to give him the credit card number and this and that. So the guy answers the phone, right? I'm on my lunch break and there's noise in the background. It sounded like kids. And so he says, hold on, I'm on the phone. I thought he was yelling at his kids. So I keep talking. He screams again, I just said, hold on, are you deaf? And I was like, well, if you're talking to me, that was unprofessional, but sure, I'll hold on. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Apparently, he's like the owner and he was at home that day and the calls were being forwarded to his cell phone because his staff was out. It was around Christmas time. Whatever. But I was like, that is the most unprofessional thing that I wrote back to him and I was like, the owner of that company is a DICK. Okay? And he was like, that's when Adam explained it to me. I remember this story. Yeah, it was back with my Vlogmas videos. Oh, that was an entertaining one because I made that one in the moment. mad. I was fired up. I don't remember what that video was called, but it was at some point during December that I posted that one. You're screaming into the phone. You're supposed to be professional. I mean, I'm from Jersey. I could take a lot, but that was a lot. Thank you for everything you do. You've been such a huge help for me to better understand how to deal with my loved one. I've never been in a relationship like this, and I was so overwhelmed at first. Oh, sweetheart, you're so welcome. That makes my day. To read comments like that, I love you and need you to be my best friend. Okay, girl, we're besties. I love that. I love you too. Okay, you guys, I've already said I'm so rude. Lex, right? You're rude. First of all, why are you yelling at people? And like, you're yelling at me like a child, clearly, because I thought you were yelling at your child. Who does that? Okay, guys, I'm going to go. It's getting dark. Keep staying strong. Keep loving strong. Keep supporting one another through this journey, because you're one day closer to it all being behind you. Lots of, oh, and so am I, by the way. Lots of love from my heart to yours. I'll see you, beautiful ladies and gentlemen, in the next one. Bye.